All right, I had like a medium-sized pumpkin. This is at 350, and this took about. What I did was I roasted it. It's hot, and I wanted to roast it until it's kind of soft on the sides here, and that means that we're ready to go. Turn on our light. There we go. Soft on the sides, and that could take anywhere from 45 minutes to a full hour. And this is like a medium-sized pumpkin. This is, like maybe 1.5 pound size pumpkin. You can use any size pumpkin you want, but you have to roast it until this gets a little fork tender on the sides. And then we're going to let it cool down for a couple minutes, and we're going to scoop out our seeds. So now it's cooled down a little bit. It was hot at first, and I'm taking all my seeds out. You've done this before. You can do what you want with the seeds. Just make snacks out of it if you want. All the seeds come out, and I'm leaving the pulp. We're gonna do the pulp, but all the seeds need to come out of your pumpkin and off to the side. Do what you want with that. Okay, we'll get that all scooped out. All right, so I got that pretty much all scooped out, and you can see most of it's all scooped out. And now what we're gonna do is, and my seeds are in the bowl. Adios, there's the seeds. What's gonna happen is I'm just gonna do a rough chop on this with my knife. Just to do a quick rough chop of it, and it's bulky, but it depends on how soft how much you roasted it. But you don't want to overcook it till it's like a mush. You want to have it where it's kind of holding together, basically fork tender, like you would when you boil potatoes or yams or something like that. So that's good, but it has to be cooked through because we're gonna make this into the torta. We don't want it to be like undercooked. You got to make sure, of course, it's already cooked through, but you don't want to overcook it. So there we are. Chop all that up. A lot of pumpkin out of that. Look at that. So that's all chopped up and ready to go. All right, I have a half an onion. I have like a couple cloves of garlic, a knob of ginger, which is about, it's about almost an inch width knob of ginger, which is going to make like at least a tablespoon of ginger. And you can have like 2 or 3 jalapenos. I've got some habaneros that are really hot and a milder chili that I got from my backyard. But you could like do 2 or 3 jalapenos would work for this. Depends on how much heat you like. If you like a lot of heat, you can do more chilies. I'm kind of a lightweight actually. I'm going to do 1 habanero and 1 kind of milder chili there. So I'm going to slice all the onions up and chop the other stuff up. First we're going to slice our onion. And we're going to do half moon slices, really thin on your onion, really thin on your half moon slices, and get that slice really thin. And we're going to set that aside on our onions. We have our ginger. I like to scrape the skins off of the outside of our ginger. Get that all scraped up first, and get the skins off before we're going to chop up our ginger by hand. Just like that, all around. And keep just skinning right below the surface of the skin to get all our skin off. You don't have to get every last drop, but most of that we're good to go, and then we're going to chop it up. So we sliced up our garlic, and now we're going to chop it up pretty fine. It doesn't be super fine, but like a nice mince on our ginger, okay? Our garlic we're going to mince, slice, then you can smash it too if you want on your garlic. And of course, mince up our garlic pretty fine. There you go. All right, I'm chopping up our chili. Like I said, 2 or 3 jalapenos is enough. If you have an habanero, I'm just using 1 basically, and a mild chili. So it depends on your heat level that you like. Chop that up. All right, so we have a couple, 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. I use grapeseed oil. Or you're going to use a vegetable oil. Don't use an extra virgin olive oil. It's not going to work. So you need a light oil, like a grapeseed or a vegetable oil. You could use butter too as well. And what's going to happen is we're going to start cooking these onions down until they get caramelized. So we got a medium heat. It's going to take a while to get a light brown on our onions. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes on a medium heat. We've got some light brown color on our onions. Now we're going to add our ginger and our garlic to this. Add our ginger and our garlic, and we're going to stir that around gently. We're going to slow down our heat a little bit to a low heat because I want to add a little bit more color to my onions. So this could go another like 3-4 minutes, and just really low heat now. You don't want to burn your onions because it's going to get darker as we cook this. We're starting to get some, we had to add our ginger and our garlic to get some flavor to the onions. Okay, now it is time. It is time to get our pumpkin right in there. So we're going to leave a nice layer and spread out your onions. And we're going to pack in our pumpkin. Put all our pumpkin in, all into the pan. We're also going to put in your chilies interspersed with that at the same time as your pumpkin. I'm turning off my heat, and I'm going to preheat I'm going to preheat the oven to 375. 375 preheat my oven. Make sure you don't have any skins on there. I have little skins on that pulp. Take that off. So I'm spreading out my pumpkin, and of course I have my chilies there. It's going to be spicy. And then what's going to happen? I turn off my heat. My oven is preheated. Is preheating to 375. I'm going to season salt and pepper all around. There we go. Salt and pepper. Excited about that. I don't need a lot of pepper. I actually don't need any pepper. All I need is salt. And what you're going to do is kind of mash that all in with your pepper and your salt and of course your chilies and your pumpkin, just like that. Hey, at this point I put a little more salt in there, and I want you to taste your salt level and see where you are. A lot of people think pumpkin is sweeter than it is, and it's not that sweet, but we want the saltiness there, so we want to taste and make sure you have enough salt before we get ready to put it in the oven. So I have that, I'm going to mash this all around. I have it a little on the low heat for about 2 minutes. And I'm mashing that all around. I've already seasoned it. I'm going to put a little bit more salt in there. And if I need to, if it looks a little dry, you can put a little bit of oil around the edges. And this is making one big pancake like I said before. And now our oven is preheated, and we're going to put it in the oven. We're going to check it in about 15 to 20 minutes and see how we're doing. All right, it's been about 20 minutes. I'm going to take this out and make sure it's moving a little bit and it's not sticking to the pan. Very important. And then we shape up our sides some, just like that. It's hot, of course, when it comes out. Pat it down a little bit, and we're going to scoop this over, hopefully. And we get a plate. And you're going to take the plate and you press right down real firmly and flip over, okay, as best you can. And then it'll stick a little bit, but that's okay, and we shape it up, and you've got like an upside down pancake. There we go. And a little extra there, scoop that on there, and we're all set. Okay? So you can eat this right away hot, or you can have it for seconds or later on for sides to go with meats or any kind of starch. All right?